Tucker's Supermarket Adventure. So, just want to bring up again, just like so many other things, like the masks didn't work, the vaccines didn't work, vaccinating and masking children wouldn't work because the illness didn't even infect them, so they couldn't really be carriers. So there's all this stuff that I was right about ahead of time, years ahead. The mail-in voting was done so badly that it looks pretty obvious that if any analysis is done of how badly the mail-in voting was done, this was obviously meant to enable for fraud and theft. And so what else happened? I got to see that American who moved to Russia in the supermarket. Remember how I told you all that he was talking about, he was a former Marine. This is a Hispanic Californian former Marine who meets a Russian woman, moves to Russia, marries her, and is living there, and he's living in like Siberia, technically. And there's bananas and avocados in the stores. He's like, I have not had to worry about getting any normal items ever. So the entire idea that the sanctions worked at all, there's now less and less evidence. You actually have, now let me make sure I posit this. Russia's economy has its own problems. Russia's 4 times the size of the contiguous United States. They have their own problems with infill. They have their own cultural issues. Being one of the most diverse nations, not to just mention the Federation itself, but their nation is actually one of the most diverse on the planet. People don't get that. They desperately need Russia to be mean and racist, but it's not. It's a country that has the problems that any multi-ethnic society has. Maybe a little bit more exacerbated, being that Slavs are compared to black people. Their way that they tend to handle things, but I don't get hard base, but hey, they probably are like, I don't get, well, they do seem to get gangster rap, but I don't know. The hard base thing doesn't seem to be catching on over here. Oh my God, there's this part of me now thinking like cats with dreads listening to hard bass, like their dreads just flying like crazy, Put a donk on that shit. Donk, 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 donk. But yeah, so we were ahead on the grocery thing. So Tucker goes there, is like, this is what it costs to buy groceries. Now the thing is, there is an issue people have brought up that no, there is some math that makes this a little easier for you to afford this stuff in Russia, blah blah blah. But still, even with that math, the fact that you could get avocados and bananas in Siberia in December, and it's normal prices, it's not something crazy, that speaks volumes. And here I'm seeing now old people show up to the broke people store, that they didn't shop at the broke people store. This person's not broke. This person is an owner. They own their home. They've been owning their home. I'm seeing these people show up in the broke store. So just having to put that out there. And that the right is always ahead because we pay attention to real numbers and real metrics. And now the beauty of it is 2024 is the year that everything left of center gets exposed as bad math, make-believe, people who are just angry about how... What? Oh, you guys are probably making an offer. when somebody sends you, when the mortuary people send you something and you're like, okay. did I ask? Did I ask for this? But yeah, and this is the year everything left of center gets exposed as just make believe, crapola, bunko, leftover thinking from the '60s, like really where it's like leftover stuff from the '60s. One of the best I was just thinking about, just because this happened, conversation that was totally unwelcome. I didn't really want it. Where a person tries to, oh, have you ever heard of the writings of this person? And he suddenly reappears with this some fucking Hindu guy in pajamas, and and I'm like, and I didn't even humor it. He goes, oh, you're not even going to look at it? And I'm like, it's probably not very good. I've never heard of the guy, so he probably doesn't really matter. And I could just see this dude is just like, oh, and I totally talk to people like that. I've given up on there's just some people, you just read it on them, and sure enough, everything about this guy was malfunctional. And then at one point, there's some part of the conversation where he's, oh, the super racism, and I'm like, what? Compared to what? The Dixiecrats? And he goes, the Dixiecrats. And I was like, you don't even know what you're talking about. And he goes, you're sure getting upset about something. I'm like, because you're wasting my time. Because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And I will totally dress people down that way. You know, I didn't invite this conversation. I didn't want to talk to you about how fucked up how fucked up your life is and how uninteresting you are. You know, and so it was really one of these things. I just remember that. And I'm like, and then to hear Steven Crowder put 60s retreads, you know, silver ponytails and 60s retreads, and that's so real. So real. He's, you know, losers who never really, they were probably born in the 60s, but they ended up really living through the 70s and 80s. And it's like, and it's just, and they're so angry at Trump. Oh, Trump, he's so racist, he's evil, and all this stuff. And it's just like, you guys are losers. Every opportunity you've had, every single thing you've said has gone horribly down the drain. And now South America and Central America are like, if we just crush the criminals alive under stones, we won't have this problem. No, it's evil. You're evil. Don't believe the racism. You must allow criminals to rape your little daughters. It's super. They don't like it when you fight back, you know. And that's when all the scrawny ass silver ponytail, these punk asses keep saying, like, oh, why are you being mean to these carjackers? Why don't you understanding the carjacking? And now it's over. Now it's over. Think about that. In one fell swoop, the Democrats did what Richard Spencer couldn't, what the Klan couldn't. Like literally that now black people are literally sitting there going, oh my God, the white liberals are going to eliminate us. We are being eliminated by the white liberals. Amazing. Just the irony. Every so often that just the levels of irony hit me, and I'm like, this has to hurt. Some part of this has to hurt inside for these people. I mean, like, where they're just sitting there and they're like, we're getting super ganked. But yeah. All right, today's my Monday. I'm going to fiddle-faddle around a little. And then conk. Oh, I love that first day of the week. It's getting good and tired. Just conking out real good and hard. Having it filling my belly and then waking up at like 3 in the morning like, what happened? Oh my gosh. And I'm like, whoa, okay. Time to go to work. No. I know there's a lot of people who are like 3 in the morning, and it's like, oh, no. You wake up at 3, use the bathroom, and then kind of go in and out of sleep until about 4:30, and then it's on. Then it's on like Donkey Kong. I should be waking up at 4 and getting exercise. That's coming. I've been out of commission because my feet are really injured. I'm starting to really feel the old man works a lot. Oh God. And also I'm starting to learn a lot about how much younger it was or how much easier it is when you're young to really beat yourself up. When you're young, beating your body up, your body could take it. Your body just takes it. All it takes is just one year or two. You just start to learn what it is to feel 50 coming at you, and you're like, boy, all right, well, good. And then it hit me. I'm like, dude, think about it. Men who, when you were in your early 40s, they were in their 30s with a body type like they're in their 50s. So be glad for what you got. Ooh. Oh boy, footwear. Old man footwear, dude. Beating me up. Alright. So I'll talk to you all soon. Have a good day. And alright, let's see what's going on. The world's how the 0.1% diversifies. This is actually a really interesting channel. I've never really talked about this dude. The Nomad Capitalist. Some of you might be like, oh yeah, dude, he's like totally like almost king of Passport. But he's got a very interesting way of approaching things. Advises people on what nations to move to if they just don't want to deal with a lot of the taxation of the Western world. And wow, god damn, beaten up, bro. This that old man, dude, I'm an old guy getting beat up, just beat myself up. All right. Okay, well, yeah, I should get going. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.